Sleon Productions podcast. This podcast, every podcast we have a different individual, different business, and we've interviewed several entrepreneurs, several different people that work in different sectors. And one of the most important individuals or important workers in today's society are barbers. Everyone needs a haircut. Everyone needs a cut. You got to look good for your wedding, for your work, for your bar mitzvah, for your birthday party, things like that. And I met this individual, Barber Junon, about a couple months ago. Really nice guy, business-minded. And what I've noticed that barbers are underappreciated, I think. Sometimes I think they're very important. And I kind of been following a lot of them on Instagram, actually. For some reason, either Instagram features them a lot more, or is it because I'm so interested in barbers? I don't know. We don't know the exact algorithm situation. But to join us is Barber Junon. Welcome to the Sleon Productions podcast.
Thank you for having me.
So Junon, please tell us a little bit about a little bit about yourself. How'd you get started with the whole barber industry?
I started 10 years ago. I'm from New Jersey. I just going to different barbers. People don't take this serious. You know what I mean? People understand we need to go to school. We need a state license. You know what I mean? We have to do hours. Nobody respect barbers.
Mm-hmm.
They look at us like a joke. You understand, because a lot of barbers do not go to school, and they just want to cut hair because it's easy money. You know what I mean? I know it's easy money, but you have to put your time. You know what I mean? Cutting hair is not just cutting hair. It's an art. You know what I mean? You have to learn how to blend. You have to know how to use a straight razor. And you shave the wrong way, you can cut somebody. You know what I mean? And the way I started cutting hair is I was going to different barbers, and they was messing up my hair. My hairline was all crooked and stuff like that. And I had a friend who was going to school, a barber, and he told me everything. He said, "Yo, you know what, Juno? You look like a barber. I think you need to go to school." I told him like a joke. I had a good job. I was making good money.
How long ago was this?
10 years ago.
Okay.
10 years ago. And I said, you know what? I got laid off from my job. I was like, you know what? Let me just go to school. Or I live in New Jersey. New Jersey did not have barber school. I had to go to New York. Wow. Monday to Friday to New York, go to school. Come back Friday night to spend time with my family, and go back again Sunday to start all over again to do all my hours. Each day is different hours. New York is 600 hours. Here in Florida, it's 1,200. It was easy for me to go over there to go to school because the system is a whole different from here.
Wow. Now, you were telling about people that are unlicensed. Do you think there's people out there that are talented? They were born to cut hair, or you think people still need to go to school and get
the problem? People need to go to school to learn the rules.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Shaving is not just a shaving. You have to learn how to shave right. How to turn your straight razor and everything. A lot of people just shave, let's say, they just go and learn by themselves. Yeah, I think that's not fair for the people who went to school and spent so much money just for going to school.
Now, it's interesting you say this because, I see some talented barbers out there that have an eye for it, and you have an eye for it. Would you think that, you think there's a personality type that a person should be a barber, or do you think that's something that they just, anyone that just don't want to cut hair, pretty much?
You have to love this. You have to love what you do. Like I say, it's not easy. It took me a while to learn how to cut hair. It's an art. You know what I mean? You cannot just draw in one day just like that. I cannot give you a drawing, say, just draw this just like that. You can't. It takes time. Nothing is easy, like people think.
Yeah, it's interesting because I think when I was young, I would go to barbershop, obviously almost every, once a month. Now it's every 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like the whole design thing, the whole shape up has become more popular now.
Mm-hmm.
People used to go to hair cuttery, go to those standard barbershops. But now people are realizing they're not as detailed as a mom and pop barbershop. I mean, can you explain like the different types of barbershops out there that you've seen today?
Like growing up, like I said, I was born in Puerto Rico, raised in Jersey. It's like the older you are, cutting hair is different style. You have to remember every year they're gonna come with a new haircut. Every year they're gonna come with something new.
Yeah.
Now, from the see, barbers back in the day was not just a barber; it was a dentist. We used to take teeth out and cut your hair at the same time.
Wow.
That's why the color is red, white, and blue. Because we was dentists back in the day. We stopped doing that in 1957, I think. We stopped doing that, and we could become barbers, not dentists no more. But you have to remember, we're not just a barber. Our customers are family. They come to get advice. They come to be away from the family, away from trouble, away from work and everything. And we have to make our customer happy. Like I say, my customers, they're not my customer, they family. You know, it's good when you go walk around, they know who you are. Like, oh, this is my barber. You be happy when people say that to you and stuff like that. But you know,
It's family.
it's family. You see them every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They come, they see you, cut hair, take 30, 40 minutes talking to them. They know your life, you know their life. You know what I mean? It's good when they say, how your son doing? And they be like, oh, you remember. You know, and they tell you a story about somebody, you remember. The customer like that. They just not want to come to regular barber. They just want to come to somebody they're going to trust and know. Because trusting somebody cutting your hair is hard. You know what I mean? And a lot of people come and have bad experience. And they go to a new barber, they're scared because they don't want to have the bad experience they had before. In a different barber shop or a different barber.
I agree with that. I think it's a very personal touch to it. It's your hair.
It's your life.
It's your exactly. And it's funny you say that because I've met barbers. I've talked to barbers, and they say they had like the same customer for 10 years. And there was one recently that I think you probably know him. He died recently, and like he had like tons of customers, and then like he would go to these new barbers like, yeah man, my barber died after 10 years, and now you have to try a whole new one. Which is something that you're right, it's just it's a very personal touch to it. And it's like I always compare barbershops to a men's spa in a way. It is a place to relax, to chill out. And a woman has a little bit more, of like a relaxed setting as well. They go to a hair salon, they get their nails done, and they got like a perm. Do you think barbershops have become more? I know like lately barbershops have been adding more facial stuff. Do you see it becoming a little bit more spa-ish?
You know what's the matter? Like, it's a different state. I say I travel a lot.
Yeah.
I work for a company. I travel a lot and stuff like that. I see different barbershops. You got barbershops lounge for guys, and you got regular barbershop, and you got the old school barbershop. You know what I mean? Every year, the barbershop game keep update. Now we got a black mask. We do massage now, hot towels. You know what I mean? A lot of people, with a good expensive barbershop, they're gonna treat you good, and a barbershop who not gonna treat you good. Because you got people cut hair for $15, $10, and they're not going to treat you good. You got barbershop cost you $30, $40. I know barbershop cost you $100. If you go to California right now, a haircut costs you $100.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And that's because the barber do YouTube video. They pick up the name, stuff like that. Like what I do with me. I cut every cut I do, I record it. I got my own YouTube. I work for a company. When I go to a company, people know who I am. I don't know who they are, but they know who I am. They want to take pictures with me, and so you feel like, okay.
You're a celebrity.
Yeah, I'm a regular barber, but not in people's eyes. You know what I mean?
Which is my next question. How has social media changed the barber industry?
It shocked a lot of people, because back in the day when I started, we didn't have no Facebook. We had no Instagram. You know what I mean? Just put your picture in your business card and just pass it on and see if it come to you or not.
Yeah, it's interesting you say, I mean, which I mentioned this before. Right, early on like the show, like every day I look at Instagram and they have this little discovery tab, and they always show like one barber. I don't know what it is. Maybe because I'm OCD and I love to see clean cut.
Yeah.
I mean, and which is interesting because now you're able to see like the styles on Instagram. Before,
now they got like you can record almost for 20, 30 minutes and you can do a whole haircut.
IGTV.
IGTV, yeah.
Wow, that's incredible. Now, like you were saying before, barber celebrities. How do you see that? Do you think that's good for the industry? Do you think? What are your thoughts about that?
It's good to a moment because
Right.
what happened is a lot of people take that overboard. You know what I mean? You can cut NBA players, football players, actors. You know what I mean? But I think okay, you can make your money there, but your main thing is the barbershop
Yeah.
because he's not gonna call you every day for a haircut. Only way you got a contract. I know barbers who got contract with NFLs, and they just cut all day with NFL players.
How much you think they made?
The haircuts for NFL players is between $200 to $300 each NFL player you cut.
Which for them is pocket change.
Yeah, and you got the house calls. House call can start from $150 to $500, even $1,000.
What's your take on house calls versus working in a barber shop? It seems like a barber shop is more appropriate because you're able to clean. And what's your take on
The
that?
difference is about barbershop, you comfortable. You got your station, you cut. Going to somebody's house, you're going to feel uncomfortable. You know what I mean? You have to go inside the house, cut their hair. You don't know what they're doing in the house. You know what I mean? It's different. For me, I used to cut hair house call in back home, but I don't do it no more. I got calls, people call me, but I won't do it. Just to feel uncomfortable in somebody's house.
Which you're able to charge more.
Yes.
Versus
You can start from $100 to $1,000 for house call.
That's pretty good. Now the prices when I first started, when I was young, it was like a cut was $10 to $15. What's the standard you've seen lately?
Now I see from $25 to $100 in barbershops.
Wow.
It's the area where you at.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? You like in the rich area, they're gonna cut you. You go to a ghetto,
It could be less.
they cut you even for a box of cigarette.
What's the standard in New York City, New Jersey area? Is that the same as here? Or?
No. Well, the barbershop I used to work in Jersey, I used to charge $40 for a haircut.
Wow.
$25 for kids. In New York, it can go up to $60. When I was going to school, it was a barbershop next to the school. They were charging $60 for a haircut. I think your talent costs money. And that's why a lot of people do not respect barbers. Because a lot of barbers cut the hands of the other barbers. I can cut for 60 and you can come for 15. They're not going to come to me. They're going to come to you. That's the difference about people. If you want a good haircut and you want the barber to treat you good, spend that money. When you go cheap, half of the barber, they don't clean clippers. If you don't clean clippers, you get rash.
I heard about that.
You know what I mean? Me, you come to me, I'm going to treat you like my family. I'm going to do the best I can do to make you happy. Because I want you to come back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want you to call me like, yo, Juno, you're bearable? Yeah. Oh, I like when they say, yo, I'm booked today. Okay, I'll wait for tomorrow. Some customers say, nah, I just go to somebody else. Because they don't respect the barber.
Speaking about machines, I know that technology always changes, and this is like technology podcast in a way. How have you seen barber machine clippers evolved over time, like the whole technology?
Before it was cable, now it's wireless. Now they just coming out with a new one for next year. It's a Bluetooth. You can make calls from your clipper.
Wow, that's too much. That's too
You know
much.
why people do that? Because they want to be the next big thing.
Wow.
It's like a car. Every year they're going to come with something new. Update the car. Same thing with the barber world.
And I've seen one clipper that you're able to change the number and you do it all in one before you had to change the size. Is that?
Yeah, that machine is JBL.
Yes, I saw that on Instagram actually.
Yeah, it's JBL. It's a new company. It's made here in Hollywood, Florida. The
Is
company,
it?
Yes.
Wow.
It's they got a new group. You know, they're fresh. I see the work. They're good. You know what I mean? But it's still a small company.
They're not our sponsor, by the way. But
No, I'm not a sponsor.
not your sponsor either, right?
No, not by them. Not by them.
And so, how often does a barber have to go through machines? Is it every 2 years? What's your take on that?
it's not the machine, it's a blade. I
Okay.
change my blade every 3 months
Oh, okay.
because each cut is different. You know what I mean? It's like a
Yeah.
regular razor. It's gonna, you know,
Yeah.
you're not gonna use it all the
Yeah.
time.
You can't use it. Yeah.
I change it every 3 months. I do everything new.
Those blades go through 100 heads, huh?
Mhm. You got barbers who cut 40, 50, even 100 a week.
That's that's incredible. And speaking about equipment, another revolution with this whole Instagram barber thing that we've been talking about is that a lot of these barbers are coming out with their own brand,
Yes.
their own gel, their own comb, razors. Have you seen that before? Or tell us a little bit about that.
Okay. I work for a company, Easy Blade. We was one of the first one. We came with the gel, and it's so easy to make your own product now. Everybody want to do it. You know what I mean? You got product, but you have to. I always tell people, you don't have to buy my product, but at least when you buy a product, read the back, because maybe you can be allergic to it. People even product just like that now. You know what I mean? It's not fair for the customer, because barbers they don't use it. They pass it on to the customer and sell it. But everybody right now in the game, you go to a hair show like Orlando Premiere, one of the biggest shows in the United States.
Right.
You go over there, you see millions and millions of company with different products. And the end, the same product, then they change the name.
Yeah, and speaking about shows and conventions, was that always been a thing, or that has become like a recent thing that's become
What
popular?
happened is, you have to remember, barber was not that big. It was always hairstylists. And we sneak around the corner, and now we getting famous, little by little. We're not big like hairstylists. That's why we got our own competition now. Barber competition around the world. But hairstylists been more famous than us for the longest.
What's like the biggest show now for barbers?
They got 3 shows. It's big. It's the San Juan in Puerto Rico, Orlando Premiere, and the IBA show in New York.
Wow. Do you still consider New York the Barber Central, or do you think that's no longer?
You know what's the matter with that? I think that's each state cut different.
Mm-hmm.
New York cut different, Florida cut different, Chicago cut different, California cut different. Each one they got their own style. Mm-hmm. And that's like it's not who the best is.
Yeah.
It's how many customers you can bring to your share.
Yeah, because you always hear that saying, yeah, New York barbers are the best barbers in the world, things like that. But now it's expanded. I've seen some great barbers from Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen some great barbers from Miami, from Texas, things like that. They have like their own different style. But now with Instagram, they could be blending together. To be honest.
What happened is each barber trying to do something different from the other one.
Yeah.
And that's how they get famous.
Back then, like when I was in high school, there was a thing called like the blowout, where you cut your hair like that. What's like the most common haircut you've seen lately? Is it like most people are getting fades now, or like what do you?
Now it's so funny because now people bringing haircuts from the 20s. The comb over.
Yeah.
The comb over is one of the biggest haircuts from the 20s.
Yeah.
Now the afro. Back in the 90s, you don't see no afro. Now you see it. They bring it back from the 70s. That's the main haircut for black male. Their haircut like that.
Yeah. No, and which is like what I've been doing this past couple of years. I've been doing like the whole comb over, doing the line thing. I was watching on YouTube the Mike Tyson fight against Holyfield, and he had like the whole line thing. Yeah. Now it's coming back. Obviously, no one really knows if the line thing went away and came back.
Believe it or not, Mike Tyson used to come to New Jersey to get a cut.
I'm not
Lion
surprised.
City. I know his barber. His name's Mike too. Funny as hell. And yeah, it's like everybody gonna do a new look.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like each country they got their own haircut, and they come over here they be like,
yeah.
Like the Puerto Rico they got the ponytail on the back. You know what I mean? Colombia got the colombianito. It's like almost a moja, but it's not a moja.
I've seen it all the time. I was like, I know this guy's Colombian.
Yeah.
You can tell the culture.
Yeah.
And I know Europe has their thing too. Like, what do you think about them?
I think the problem with them and us, we more into the fade. They don't fade that much.
Correct. Yeah.
They leave like more dark line. We don't do here. We do a different. We concentrate in the fade.
Right.
They concentrate in the hairstyle in the top.
And also, what I've noticed is the return of the beard.
Yes. Everybody letting the beard grow again. It's funny. It's so funny because they got their own product now. They got product to make your beard grow. You got product to make your beard shine, and you got product even perfumes for the beard.
Oh, that's right. The whole perfume, and which also another thing. The Dollar Shave, like the $1 Shave Club, I think offers lotions.
Lotion, a one razor with a pack out for, and the lotion and the cream and everything, the whole set.
That which is one thing that you go through like extra expenses, but they're not that expensive.
No.
Versus some other stuff. Like I buy my gel, it's probably $6. I mean, I probably spend like $6 a month. Things like that. But but like the whole facial lotions, things like that are coming back in style, I guess.
Yes.
You can say. But so if a kid who's listening to this, maybe 18 or maybe a older person, it could be any age, wants to be a barber, what would you tell him or her?
Just love what you do. Be sure you want to do it. You know what I mean? It's a lot of hours. It's not easy. But you put your time, it's always going to pay off.
You think it still takes talent in a way?
Yes. Cutting is talent.
Yeah.
Patience and talent. You have to know what you're doing.
Yeah, and which I agree. I think you have to have the eye of it, eye of the tiger on cutting hair, and some people know what's a good barber, what's not a good barber. By the way, how much money, if you're beginning, how much money do you have to put into your equipment, you think?
Maybe like $600-$700.
Yeah.
And you want to buy good clippers.
Yeah, you don't want to.
And you want to buy cheaper, you can just go to Walmart and spend like $30-$40 and get something and see what's going on.
Which I actually concur with you because you've been cutting hopefully like 100 heads. You want to have good equipment that can last that long.
Yes.
How often do you spend for maintenance? Is that?
I do at least twice a month.
Oh wow.
I'll open and clean them, spray them. You have to spray every day. Each customer, each spray.
One barber that I saw on Instagram had a huge rant about that. He was like, man, you got to spray your equipment because or else like the customer will have rashes or bumps on the scalp. And that's one thing you got to clean it and things like that. But what's the most annoying thing about being a barber? Let's be honest. Like I know that you guys deal with hair all the time, but do you get tired of it?
Sometimes.
Like
you have to remember we do 11, 12 hours standing up, cutting hair.
And like all standing up.
Yeah.
You guys are sitting down maybe like a couple of minutes a day.
Maybe lunch break, if we get time to get a lunch break.
When's a good time for you to have lunch?
When you're in your house.
You gotta have snacks while you're cutting hair.
Yes.
And like the busiest day is probably Saturday.
Fridays and Saturday.
Yeah, people will get like their whole weekend cut and everything. And it's funny because I usually go on Monday and Tuesday where there's like less people. It makes a big difference because Saturday, I honestly think everyone who books an appointment has to wait at least a half hour to an hour for that barber to get done because things can get you just really backed up. And everything else, but and also another thing that I've noticed in technology in barbershops, which one of my friends, like he's actually in a startup, is doing like the whole scheduling thing.
Yeah.
Which you use Schedulista.
Yeah.
How's that like helped out a lot for you guys?
It helped a lot, but you have to remember too that I told people you make an appointment, be sure you be there. You know what I mean?
That's
Because
huge.
sometimes they make an appointment, they forget about the appointment, and we waiting for them.
Yeah.
And half the time, okay. You do me one wrong, next time you make an appointment, I got somebody in my chair, you get mad. Why you getting mad at the first time you messed that up?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We don't get paid by hours. We get paid by haircuts.
I know, by heads.
By heads.
And also one thing that really annoys me, if a barbershop does not have a receptionist, that bothers me because that is not going to be looking good. You got to have a receptionist.
You have to.
He or she will keep things organized.
Yes.
And then like have one cleaning boy clean hair. That's huge because hair can pile up.
Yep.
Really quick.
Yep.
Okay. Also, another weird question. At the end of the day, how do you clean yourself out? Like, do you have some type of procedure?
I use a blower, go home, and take a shower.
Okay. I know. I bet. I mean, do you recommend people wearing like your good sneakers to work? I wouldn't.
No.
You gotta wear your crappy ones.
Yeah.
Or some decent ones.
Yeah. I always wear gloves when I cut hair and stuff like that.
Oh, also my other question. Why do you wear gloves? You think it's better?
Nah, it's better for me because sometimes when you cut and you don't notice, the hair could get stuck in your skin. People don't believe it, but it do get stuck in your skin, and you have to cut it with a straight razor or tweezer or something like that.
Yeah, that's something that you gotta deal with every day. You gotta make sure, cleanliness is huge and everything else. But yeah, I mean, I'm seeing here like my Instagram and seeing people cut hair and like the whole lining and everything. It's just. I mean, I really agree with you. It is an art.
Yeah.
And really, gotta put time to it. Get your license.
Yes, that's the main thing. Get your license. It's different ways you can get your license. You can be on the apprentice program like New York, Philly, Washington, California, and Boston. They got a apprentice program. You don't have to go to school. Right. You can be under a master barber and get your license that way, or you can go to school.
It's not bad. And in Florida, how many hours you got to put into school?
He is 1,200.
1,200. That's
in
about.
California is 1,800. North Carolina is 1,500. New Jersey is 900. New York is 600, and Philly is, I think, 1,000.
And you were telling me in Utah, you don't need a license.
In Utah, the only state where you don't need a license to cut hair.
That's like, so it's pretty much up to the customer if he's good or not.
Yeah. You don't need a license to open a shop, and you don't need a license to be a barber.
Yeah.
That's the only state.
Wow.
You don't need.
Also, back to what we were saying before about barbershops, also one thing I've seen this trend, maybe just in Florida, a lot of mom and pop barbershops opening up. Back in my day, it was Supercuts and Hair Cuttery. That's it. Why is that? Is that because people are noticing, hey, barbers are like the real deal?
Yeah, barbers make good money. And you got good clientele. You can make up to $100,000, $100K a year.
I know. If you do it right.
If you do it right and the price is right. Because I say different barbershops cut for $10, $15, $18, $20, $25, $30, $35. Yeah. Whatever you have to have a good location, and you have to be, because you have to remember, we get paid by haircuts, but we get tips too.
Yeah.
And your customer like you, he won't give you $20, $40. Some customer can't afford it, they give you $5 or $10.
Yeah. Always tip your dollar. I mean, you're a barber.
You have to.
I say minimum unofficial rule is minimum $5.
Yes.
That's what I've seen. If you're, first day, it could be 20 or, it's really good.
That's why I tell people, how you tip, that's how I know how much you like your barber.
Yeah.
Not really, because sometimes when I talk to my customer, I know they can afford the $20 or they can't afford the $20. Maybe they can give me $5. Maybe they got a bad week. They give me $2. Next time they give me $20.
Obviously you're a YouTuber and you do a lot of recording. Can you tell us the equipment that you use to record and things like that?
I use a regular microphone. I use a Canon camera, and you know what I mean. I don't try and go big, small. You know what I mean. Maybe the bigger my channel go, maybe I buy more equipment. But if I got time to record. In the beginning, I was doing it hard, but more customer I get. Yeah. It's to the customer. Some customer let me record them. Some customer they don't want me to record them. They shy.
I was like, come on, let me show the world how good I am and also how good your hair is. Also, another piece of equipment that I've seen you use is the ring light.
Yes.
And obviously lighting.
It's the main thing of the hair.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, you probably don't even need audio. You'll probably put music on top of it, and then
I talk over the video. Yeah.
And one thing I have not discovered or gotten into is YouTube barbers. I don't know. There's probably them out there, but I'm not sure which is bigger for you guys, Instagram or YouTube.
YouTube. I know barbers who make crazy money.
Oh, yeah, that's
YouTube.
right. Yeah, monetizing.
Yeah, I know one of my friends. He's 3GC. He make over, I'm not playing, over $30,000 a month just in YouTube.
Wow.
He do a video by today in the morning. By midnight, he got like 4 or 5 million views already.
Who are your top favorite internet barber celebrities? Or you just name one.
Juno the barber.
Hey, Juno is a celebrity. himself and very good personality. And, but I really think this internet thing has taken it off. I haven't seen much hair salonist, food blogging. I've seen a lot, barber blogging, but yeah, it's not, if you have a talent, if you're really hungry for it, you could do it. It doesn't cost as much as a college degree.
Yes, some states school costs a lot. Like New Jersey,
100,000.
18K. Some California is close to 20.
Yeah.
I know Arizona is $30,000 to go to school to be a barber.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I tell people you can do anything you want and you put your mind to it. The sky's the limit of doing anything you want.
It's a simple code.
Yeah. Make it work.
Ready for some random questions?
Okay, go ahead.
Would you rather buy Bitcoin or gold?
Bitcoin.
What is your favorite Rocky movie?
Rocky 3.
Would you rather swim with sharks or alligators?
Alligators.
What's something that cannot be bought or sold on the internet?
Your time? I don't know.
No, that's a good one. Which musical artist is musically overrated?
Everybody.
By the way, what is good barber music?
Frank Sinatra.
Seriously?
You never can go wrong.
In your opinion?
No, it's true.
It's true, because if you put rap, people don't like rap.
Mm-hmm.
If you put rock, no one likes rock. It's hard to find the happy medium. But Frankie, Sinatra.
You never can go wrong with Frankie.
What animal best represents your personality?
Snake.
How do you have your pancakes?
That's a good question.
Pancakes. Everyone has pancakes, right?
Yes. I don't know. Regular.
Regular. I mean, mine is chocolate chip. I mean, like a little bit of whipped cream, and put some syrup drizz. And can you survive in the woods for 1 month?
Yes.
And finally, what would you tell your 15-year-old self?
Get into more school. No messed up. Don't do the wrong thing you did. The main thing I told people, go to school. You need school in life. School is going to take you anywhere you want. The day you drop out is the day you become loser. Yeah, I told everybody who gave my share, the more you read books, the smarter you are. The day you start reading, that's the day you become dumb.
I am 100% in agreement with you. I see a lot of kids out there that don't go to school. They, leave it aside, and they're like 21, 20. I was like, bro, you got to do it now while you're young.
You know what's so funny? Kids will learn a game, but they won't learn a book.
Oh, that's happening today a lot.
Yes.
Kids are playing 4-8 hours of video games all day.
Fortnite, that's the #1 game in the world. And you know what's so funny? I told kids what Fortnite would help you in life, and they say to survive. How you gonna survive?
Yeah.
We not in the perch and nothing like that.
I was a video gamer until I was 12, and then I stopped, and then
I never got into video games.
Really?
I always play sports all my life.
See,
I play football, baseball. For me, it's better to be in the street, have fun with your friends, and be online talking to your friends.
I wish a lot of kids would just listen to that and they would consider it. I mean, like when I was a kid, I would play kickball outside.
You know what's the matter right now with young kids? They got so many stuff. They want to go outside and play because they can do everything in the house.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with kids right now. And even with phones, you got kids who can type because it's easy to type, but you tell them to write a book, they can't write a book.
Yeah.
That's the problem with a lot with kids. It's not the kids' fault, it's the parents' fault.
Parents' responsibility. They got to teach kids. They got to make sure that they, make sure the kids do the right thing. Mm-hmm. And you're a parent yourself.
Yes. And
I know that you treat them well, and then you definitely, tell them to hustle. You're a hustler. I could definitely tell you that. And how can people reach you, Juno?
They can hit me on Instagram. It's Barber Junon. And YouTube is Juno the Cut.
Juno the Cut. By the way, how'd you get that name? Juno.
Juno?
Because you spell it Junon.
Yeah, Junon. Junon.
Yeah.
I got that name, I don't know, growing up.
Okay.
They got me that name.
It happens.
You know what I mean?
We don't know who the originator is.
No. I Google it too. I don't know. I ain't know nobody with that name. Yeah.
I like it because it's kind of original.
Yes.
In a way, like Juno. There was a movie about like a fish, or it was like
no, it was about a girl getting pregnant.
Oh, that's right. Which is a good movie, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's different. But
they pay me for using my name. They pay me.
That's what I thought. So
yeah. But you know what? It's funny because you go Instagram and you look at the barber's name. Some barbers got a weird name. I'll be like, you know what I mean? When I become a barber, I was thinking what kind of name. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to use Juno. I don't see no Juno barber out there.
Hey. Also, another thing, on your Instagram handle, I will recommend using Barber in the handle somewhere. Okay. Barber Mike or Barber Chris.
Yeah. I tell people, have your own logo with your name on it. A lot of people got logos were clippers. No, have your name. You want people to know you by your name, not by your logo.
I agree.
The only way is by your logo if you got a company.
All right.
And you got a company, have a logo. But you promoting yourself, use your name.
And by the way, I will not serve justice if I don't ask you about this. Easy Blade, how'd you get involved with them?
Easy Blade, I got...
What are they?
It's a company from New York. It's Yanka. It's owned by Jay the Barber. Uh-huh. And I met him a couple of times, a couple of shows. I emailed him. He gave me some free products. I told him I will promote him.
You liked it?
I like it. And one day I met him at another show. And he said, would you like to work for my company? And the first thing is, how much you going to pay me?
That's always
but at the end is how much you going to give me.
That's $1 million question.
Yeah. Right? He gave me a contract. He said, I'm going to give this contract for now. You let me know you like it. I said, I'll think about it. I went talked to a lawyer to see the deal was official. He said yes. And
looks legit.
I took at least 4 months to answer him.
Okay, that's plenty of time, right?
Plenty of time to think about it. And I agree. But I said after 6 months, I want more money. Because you have to remember, I get paid for shows. He had to give me a hotel, and he had to give me a rental car. Mm-hmm. And he had to give me money for food.
Hey, essentials.
Hey, and you want my time costs money. I don't know about the rest of the bar, but my time costs money.
Time is an asset for a lot of people, including barbers.
Yes.
Should barbers these days get involved with sponsorships or get involved with a product? What do you think about that?
What happened? It's hard to get in a company because you got so many good barbers out there.
Yeah.
But in the end, it is if you got a license.
Yeah, that's key.
Because they don't want to sponsor you if you don't got a license.
Yeah, that doesn't look good in the resume. It doesn't look good for the company.
Yeah.
It hurts them. Mm-hmm. I've seen a lot of them. There was one gel we were talking about the other day. I forgot the name of it. They're from Miami. I would like to say Frank is in that name, but it doesn't matter because they're not sponsoring this podcast. Yeah. So, but yeah, definitely. One of the things I've seen about it is barber ambassadors. They represent a product and things like that. I've seen that more. I think it's smart business. If you're a good barber, get with it. Get with them. You can make more money. Sky is the limit.
The sky's the limit, and go about being sponsored. You can go around the world and go for free and still get paid and have fun.
Who would have thought about that? Your neighborhood barber could be famous and things like that. So, Junon, thanks for coming on to the podcast.
Thank you.
Any closing words?
Just read books and keep going to school. That's the best thing I can tell people.
Junon, thanks for coming on to the Sleon Productions podcast.